Hi everyone, it's JJ Cross from Four Sides Cross Productions, and I'm continuing my review of Terminator Zero. The first episode was pretty good. I had one little problem with it, which I discussed in there, but now I'm ready to continue. So let's see what episode two has to offer. I'll let you know if I have any problems with it, and as I tell you, basically, what happens in this episode. Here we go. It opens in 2022 with Iko and Annie. Annie looks like Iko's younger sister. For some reason, it looks like Iko has the same rash that Rika had in the previous episode. I'm not sure if that means anything or it's just means nothing, but I'm assuming it does mean something because you usually don't want to put plot things in there that mean absolutely nothing. Okay, continuing. They talk about Eco going back in the past and then how she's never going to come back, but because the whole time travel thing, which I don't know, they don't really tell us too much about it, but that's the case. She leaves right there and goes in the past, and presumably the present changes, and I guess that causes a problem, a loop, because if it changed, that she never went back. But let's not think too hard on it. Going on. Okay, in the meantime, Resistance figure out where Skynet has sent the Terminator and for who it's going after. The Prophet explains that there is a new timeline and there's only a short amount of time that they can send Eco back before it all changes to whatever the Terminator did in the past. There's a moment where the Prophet confirms with Eco that she knows what she has to do. They don't really explain that too much, but I'm sure Eco knows, and by the end of the series, we'll know what she means by that too. Unless she just means you have to do stop the Terminator, and it means nothing. Again, I don't think so. But continuing, Eco is questioning whether it had to be her, as the prophet said, and the prophet is very cryptic about that answer. About does it have to be her? It's like yes, but there's a little bit of a cryptness there. It's not very clear, but um, Eco's going to have to go, and she gets ready to go into the machine. So then Eco goes into the machine and gets ready to be sent back in time. As the machine starts going off and she's it's starting to send her back in time, the dog starts barking, which indicates, you guess it, there's a Terminator there. The Terminator makes short work of everybody, basically killing everybody in sight. At that moment, Annie goes to protect a child right when Eco's going back in time. So Eco sees this and is like, no, but it's too late. She's already being transported. And right away we see she's been transported to the year 1997. That building looks pretty damaged, if you ask me. She surprises a couple who's just walking down the street in the rain and gets their clothes. This happens off screen, so we don't really see how she does it. Does she kill them, knocks them out? What happens? I'm assuming she's a good guy, sort of that, she didn't kill them, but somehow got their clothes. Meanwhile, Rika's playing with the robot cat when Kenta interrupts. He wants to take it apart. He wants to see what makes it tick. And Rika is just, treating it as if it's a real cat and like, no, trying to protect it. In the kitchen, we see Misasaki, and she's cutting some fish, and she's doing it very expertly. She explains that she grew up in a fishing village, and that's how she's able to do that. When Hiro asks her about the village, she freezes for a second, and tears roll down her eyes. Uh, let's see, foreshadowing. I think we can say foreshadowing. As again, I'm not sure what's going on with Mishka, but I still feel in the first one that robot didn't see her for a reason. When she comes to, she realizes she cut herself. She also noticed that Kenta and Rika are fighting over the cat. Rika escapes to a room with the Kiko, the cat. Misaki informs her that they have to return the cat now. When Misaki realizes she's bleeding a lot, she goes to the bathroom to take care of it. Not wanting to return the cat, Rika sneaks out the window with it and escapes the apartment. When the brothers realize what she did, they know they're in big trouble, and it's all because of her, and it's all because of them because they wanted, well, mostly Kenta. So they realize they have to go after her, get her back home before the father finds out, and do so by trying to trick Misaki, who's preoccupied right now with the cut on her hand that gets on her clothes. So they sneak out after her. Meanwhile, Malcolm is still in the room with the Kankaro. God, these names are hard. I'm sorry if I butcher them, but I'm trying. Malcolm is concerned that if he puts Kokoro back online, that she will not stop Skynet, but instead work with Skynet, and he has some really big concerns about that. We also know that we have a ticking clock here. Skynet's supposed to come online tomorrow night. Doo-doo. Kokoro is not really helping his concerns when she says that that maybe Skynet is correct. Malcolm's desperate to explain that mankind is worth saving, but Kokoro thinks mankind is only good for making war. That every invention they make, everything they do is to create weapons against each other and basically destroy each other. Her point being that you want to stop Skynet from destroying mankind, but it was mankind that created Skynet in the first place. It's at this point Kokoro says that maybe mankind should be destroyed, and Malcolm's desperate to talk to her that this is not our fate when it turns itself off. The machine, it's a she, leaves him with the question, what makes you think humanity is worth saving? Eeks. So that can go two ways. We can get like a really good answer of why mankind. Well, I guess I can think of a lot of things, but for this story's sake, what kind of answer is going to persuade Kokoro to not help Skynet and to stop Skynet? That only time will tell as we continue. He goes to try to get Kokoro back online, but he gets an emergency phone call from Misaki. Misaki lets him know that his children are missing, that they escaped. He's very upset about this, and he wants to know where she is, and he's going to go get her. Outside his office, Iko is across the street on top of a building using binoculars to watch, and she notices him coming out and going into the car. Now, again, I'm not sure this means anything, but at this point, one of the crows that's been flying around just suddenly stops flying and falls straight to its death on the ground. Why did it die? What caused it to just suddenly die? Not sure yet. Hopefully we'll learn more later. Hey there, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to let you know if you like my podcast and my short films, that I ask you to please check out my Patreon page. Consider being a member, where you can get early access to some of my films, as well as some exclusive content that you will only find here. I also have a t-shirt website where I've created a bunch of different designs from either horror films or just horror artwork I have done. Both links will be down below, and I really appreciate if you would check them out. And thank you. Back to the show. Anyway, when Kyo sees that Malcolm is leaving, she goes and proceeds and steals a truck to drive off after him. We are then brought to the mall where Rikia is walking around, and she goes into a section that says "Keep Out," and there's a little dent in the metal grating, and she can go underneath, and she enters this other underground, looks like a mall that's been closed down. It's dirty, but there's still looks like some stores around. The robot cat then escapes from her and runs down the hall, and she chases after it, and the cat leads her right to a map. On the map, there's a little section of it saying it's called Cat Town. Not a very imaginative name, but I guess it works. And it's at this point her brothers find her. How do they know that she was going there? Well, they explain that pretty simply. That's saying this is not the first time that she's ran away from home and gone to this part of the mall. Once again, the cat escapes them and goes down and they chase it into a place called the redevelopment zone. Meanwhile, Malcolm and Misaki are stuck in traffic. Misaki mentions that Rikia thought he didn't want the robot cat around, not because it was a robot, but because the cat reminded him of their mother. When she says that, Malcolm knows right away where she's going. And how does he know? Quick answer, I know my children. It's then that Malcolm makes Misaki know that, hey, listen, the children are most important. They need to be keep safe, because if he fails, then they are the only chance that humankind has. Before he can tell more about that, the Terminator appears, and here we go. It smashes into the Terminator, and the car flips over, and we cause a big accident scene. The Terminator, if a normal person, would have been crushed, but we see that he's not. He's all set and ready. Malcolm tries to get out of his car, but the door won't work. As hard as he tries, he can't get out. That's when the Terminator comes up and breaks through the windshield and grabs Malcolm by the shoulder. Malcolm's able to escape by kicking it a few times, and he only loses the sleeve of his jacket. I guess the Terminator didn't really have a good grip on him, just his jacket, so he only loses his sleeve. As Malcolm gets out of the car, some police arrive, and Malcolm warns them that they have to run, but it's too late. More police arrive and start shooting at the Terminator, which we all know what's going to happen there. They're going to fail as the Terminator takes them out. I have a question for everybody. I'm not sure if this is Japanese culture or that, but what's up with this string on the gun? It's like the gun is attached to the belt with this telephone wire, some sort of cord. I'm not sure what that's about, but if you do know, please comment below. I'm very curious. Now the Terminator has a gun of his own, but it only looks like as if there's 3 bullets in it. It looks like it's all over for Malcolm when Iko rescues him. Malcolm tells Misaki that since the Terminator is here for him, it means that it worked, that what he's trying has worked, and that's why they're sending a machine after him. She needs to find the kids. He orders her to find the kids as he goes back to the office. Iko's trying to use the truck to bring the Terminator off the bridge when she gets shot in the shoulder. She finally gets it off the bridge just escapes nearly, very nearly. Again, I don't know if it's one of those, it's just something they put in the show or if it means something, but someone takes a picture of Iko as she's climbing off onto the bridge. Iko comes to Misaki looking for Malcolm, but she runs away, and here we go. We have a nice chase scene that goes on for a little bit. Some police try to help Misaki, but Iko knocks him out and shoots one of them in the leg. Seriously, why do these guns have phone wires attached? After a brief chase, Iko catches up to Misaki, and in the middle of the conversation, Iko says she's going to do everything she can to stop him. Terminator or Malcolm? Terminator or Malcolm? Iko realizes there's no way she can get to Malcolm in his office, so she has to try to find the children before the Terminator does. After some gentle persuasion, Misaki admits she might know where they are going. And back to the kids, we learn this underground section was created in 1952 in fear of more bombs hitting after World War II. So they try to create an underground area that would keep them safe from the bombs. There will be an underground mall, I guess. I'm assuming there's probably houses there too. They eventually find the cat, and then Kenta finds the mother lode, a great treasure, as he opens up a door and he sees all these pre-Terminator machines just standing there. And that's the end of episode 2. Episode 2, I didn't really have any problems with, except the phone cord that was attached to the guns. I have no idea what that's about. But other than that, this is a pretty solid episode. I enjoyed it. I don't have any complaints about it, and I'm hoping it's going in a good place. So tune in tomorrow where I'll have episode 3. If you want, I've done a review on all 4 episodes. There's 8 episodes, but I did half of them over the weekend, and they're all going to be on Patreon. But if not, if you want to wait, then I'll be releasing them one a day on my YouTube channel. And please like, share, and comment, and let me know if do you want me to continue. Do you like how I'm doing this review? Do you want to, by the time I reach episode 4, please have a lot of likes and shares, and if I do, then I'll continue with episodes 5 through 8. So what are you thinking so far? Are you enjoying it? I'm saying so far I am. So tune in next time as we go into episode 3, Model 103. Until then, I will talk to you later. Bye.